All right, we are live. Welcome, DoorGrow hackers, to the DoorGrow show. If you are a property management entrepreneur that wants to add doors, make a difference, increase revenue, help others, impact lives, and you are interested in growing your business and life, and you are open to doing things a bit differently, then you are a DoorGrow hacker. DoorGrow hackers love the opportunities, daily variety, unique challenges, and freedom that property management brings. Many in real estate think you're crazy for doing it. You think they're crazy for not, because you realize that property management is the ultimate high trust gateway to real estate deals, relationships, and residual income. At DoorGrow, we are on a mission to transform property management businesses and their owners. We want to transform the industry, eliminate the BS, build awareness, change perception, expand the market, and help the best property management entrepreneurs win. I'm your host, property management growth expert, Jason Hull, the founder and CEO of DoorGrow. Now, let's get into the show. And today I am hanging out with the fantastic Liz Koser of Keepe. Liz, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So Liz, give us a little bit of background. Who is Liz? And the bio that I have, I'll read a little bit here. It says you're a Seattle real estate investor, landlord, managing. You have 10 doors or 10 of your own properties, 15 doors, alongside with your husband. Your parents actively invest in rental property. And so you kind of were exposed to this early on. And so tell us a little bit more about you and how you kind of got into property management or into this space.
Yeah, so as you said, my parents were already investing in real estate, and I had bought my first condo in 2009, which was my own home, and that eventually became my first rental. And then from 2012 to now, I've steadily bought 1 to 2 properties a year. Last year, we didn't get any, but this year we already have 2. And I think we're probably going to continue to add this year and kind of continue to be aggressive about it. So, that's kind of where I'm at on the investing side. Also, I think I mentioned this in my bio, but this is the first year where I've explored investing out of state. And so I picked up my first out of state property and have every intention of continuing down that path with the Seattle market. It's high and it just makes sense also to diversify. I mean, I know people diversify within the stock market. I actually think it's somewhat important to diversify within the real estate investing realm as well.
Yeah, sure. And so, now lead us towards Keepe. Like, how did Keepe get started? What's your role there? And give us a little background there.
Yeah, so Keepe got started because there is a supply and demand gap between having handymen available and the property manager's need for finding handymen, especially in the markets that we're in today. And Keepe got started as a way to address that gap. We are an on-demand marketplace matching contractors and property managers. It works a lot like Uber in that contractors pick up jobs on a mobile app based on location and availability. And we do vet them. They go through a background check and so on. One of the Keepe founders does also own rental properties. I had known him previously, and that is kind of how I made the initial connection. Keepe went through Techstars in 2016. So I don't know how many.
What is Techstars?
Yeah, Techstars is a startup incubator, which is kind of like a fast track program for startup companies to kind of get feedback on product and market and kind of the whole fit, and networking with lots of other entrepreneurs and investors to kind of bring things to market more quickly.
Okay, cool. So that means it rapidly was getting ready faster.
Yeah.
And so where's Keepe at now in terms of kind of growth and penetration? How new is Keepe for those that are listening?
Yeah, so we've been in Seattle the longest, but actually Keepe is in this greater Seattle area, Portland, San Francisco Bay Area, San Diego, Phoenix, Arizona, and then most recently, Los Angeles and Orange County.
Awesome. Okay. All right. And then, so you've hit a lot of the major markets here on the West Coast, right?
Yep.
And so what's next? Denver?
Yeah, I think Denver is a very
Denver's
good
a big one.
candidate. Yeah, and I'm actually from Colorado, so Denver would be a good fit for me personally in terms of running the sales side of Keep. Also, I think Austin, Texas, or the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But definitely, we're here to grow nationally, and with
Okay,
that,
cool.
the first step is getting off the West Coast, right?
Right. So when you start shifting towards the east, it's going to be Atlanta and it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville. Those are big markets for us. We seem to
Mm-hmm.
attract a lot of businesses there. Certainly those. And yeah, that's
Interesting.
probably
We've
it.
actually received a few phone calls from Atlanta area property managers asking if we're there yet. So that's a good sign when we're getting preemptive calls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So the goal is expansion
Yep.
and you guys are growing
Yep.
and eventually people will be listening to this because this episode will have been out a while and you might already be in some of these new markets, right?
Right.
So tell us explain to everybody why they should choose to use Keep, because I know a lot of property managers are like, well, we find our own people, or I don't trust this, or what are some of the typical things that you tell people to sell this to them? So
Yeah. So, one, starting out, a lot of property managers use Keep kind of slow go. Let's say they start to send us a handful of jobs, and then over time, we end up gaining a larger portion of maintenance from our customers. Now, where those needs come up, I know people have their trusty handyman, but I would say a big need comes up when people say, oh no, my handyman retired or
yeah.
moved away. And this happens all the time. So that is one area where if you're counting on one or even two people, there's a company in Arizona that said, oh, both our people retired at the same time. It just doesn't work in the long run. The other thing is property managers, when they're depending on those one or two handymen, then they're also a little bit geographically limited. So some of our customers maybe were in a certain like Bay Area city, let's say San Jose, and they weren't willing to pick up clients in San Mateo because they didn't have a contractor in San Mateo. Well, using Keep now kind of opens the door to look at kind of branching out into other geographies as well. And so we've had customers that have been able to expand their footprint because they have Keep in their back pocket and they know they can handle maintenance in other areas.
Okay, so having Keep allows these property managers to feel safe expanding, growing their business, and allows them to extend their reach or their capability as far as their challenges with getting jobs taken care of that they have. So okay, so if the handyman retires, moves, all this kind of stuff, then they're typically in pain. This is when they typically would reach out to Keep. Is this what you're finding?
That is where they are like, oh, great, now I get it. We have a lot of property managers try us out before that point. And
Yeah.
we've had property managers that have said, oh, great, this helps me grow because I maybe had one on staff handyman or two, and I wasn't sure about adding a third. Or sometimes they realize, okay, there's busy seasons and slow seasons. How do I keep our team busy throughout the year? Well, you might be able to keep one person busy throughout the year and utilize Keep instead of adding a second person. So there's a lot of options here. Oh, lights went out. Let me
So it adds
grab
a little
that.
bit of flexibility
Yep.
to what they've got going on, which
Yep.
makes a lot of sense. I mean, property management is a very seasonal sort of business. It really heats up in the summer. And even if you look at Google Trends and look at search volume, you can see the year just spike through summer every
Yeah.
single year, like in search volume for property management. That's when
Hmm.
everything like heats up, and that's the time to grow.
Yep.
So, yeah. So if they're needing to expand during those seasonal times without bringing on staff, because bringing on somebody long term is a commitment, and
Yep.
nobody
It
wants to
is.
have to lay somebody off if things get a little lean, and so it allows them to feel a little safer adjusting. So, how does the process work with Keep? How do they work with you?
Yeah, so we have a pretty easy sign up process, and we actually don't have a monthly subscription fee. So we are paid on demand. Keep is both a platform and a network of contractors. So all the payment flows through us. So invoicing comes from Keep, and we pay out the contractors. So the sign up process is pretty much getting set up for billing terms. And then when property managers use us for a job, that's when we make money. We actually don't have a monthly subscription.
Interesting.
Mhm.
So it's only when you need it.
Yeah, but we our job is to earn a greater percentage of our customers' business. So,
Got
which
it.
is good for our customers because that means that we are working to build a relationship in the long run.
Yeah, fantastic. So, what are some of the common questions or concerns that people will bring up when they call you? Because we've got people listening right now, they probably have these questions. What are the typical concerns that they have, like in handing something over to Keep?
We get questions about how do we find the contractors and I guess what's our process for getting contractors on board. I think that sometimes people think like there's somebody in the background dialing down a list to find them a contractor. It's just shifting the burden. We
Yeah,
actually have a team that interviews contractors. We do the criminal background checks. And then from there, we are collecting ratings on the contractors. So tenants today are the ones that respond once a job is complete, unless it's a vacant unit and it's a rental turn, then it would be the property manager. So we're constantly collecting this feedback, and we have contractors that have been in our network for multiple years. We do remove contractors at times. And so it's all about the feedback loop and continuously improving the network.
got it. Okay,
Mhm.
fantastic. Any other questions or concerns that they might have in or that they bring up during the sales process?
One question we get is can, if they don't like a contractor, can they block them? Yes,
Yeah.
we do allow property managers to block certain contractors. I've also, and it's come up more recently, is if we end up going with Keep, can our handyman join Keep's network? Yes, we are happy to take those referrals from property managers. They're probably some of the best referrals we can get because if one property manager likes the contractor, then that's a good sign going forward.
So it's
Um,
kind of like a timeshare.
yeah, a little bit.
They're like, can I share my contractor with some of the other people in your network so that I can keep them on?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. One question we get is can they request their contractor? And one thing, when you think about how Uber or Lyft operate, where they're matching you with a driver near that location when they're available, that
Hmm.
is essentially how our network works. So, although you could have a preference for someone, if that person is not available at that scheduled time, then it's not going to be an exact matching. So that's one thing to keep in mind with
Right.
a kind of fluid marketplace is that you're not, it kind of doesn't work with kind of the on demand model to request a specific person necessarily.
Right. So it's optimized for efficiency. So
Yep.
the trade-off in not getting to pick Steve is that you get the job done far faster and probably get a better review.
Yep.
So, okay. Perfect. So, well, this is very interesting, super helpful. I'm excited to see you guys expand into some more markets
Yep.
and grow. So, anything else anybody should know about Keep that we didn't cover?
I am always interested in hearing from people in other markets too. Like I mentioned, we've had a few calls from the Atlanta area. I do make note when people come to us. I'm like, oh, there's
Mhm.
probably a lot of demand there. So even if we're not in your city today, I would recommend reaching out because I do track that and it is very telling of demand and helps us in the decision making as we move forward into new markets.
Perfect. So, Liz,
Yep.
how can people um, get in touch with you to let you know that they want you in your market, or if they're in one of the markets that you cover, how can they get in touch?
Yeah, so they can reach me at Liz, Liz, at Keepe, Keepe.com.
Okay,
And
perfect. And they can
yeah,
check Keep out at keep.com, and it's keep with a silent E at the end
yes.
.com, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. So, all right, Liz, it's great having you on the show. Excited to see Keep grow and expand. It sounds like a service that helps kind of fill that in between gap between people's in-house maintenance, people's seasonal maintenance. Some of these challenges that they're dealing with, and I look forward to seeing which markets you go get into next.
All right. Thank you for having me on the show, Jason.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So check them out at keep.com. That's KEEPE.com. And check out Keep and see if it might fit. And as always, I love getting feedback from you guys. So let me know what you think of these guys. Um, and I appreciate Liz being here on the show. So if you are a property management entrepreneur that is wanting to add doors and you're trying to figure things out and you're struggling and things just don't seem to be working, I would love to have a conversation with you. Reach out to our team, go to doorgrow.com, give us a call, uh, connect with us, schedule an appointment, and check us out. And if you are a property management business that can handle adding 50 new doors at least, and you want to add maybe 100 doors over the next year at least, then you can go to doorgrow.com/opt-in, OPTIN, and plug in your email address, and that will get you access to some case studies so you can see other people that have done it. And so that you can, and they did it without SEO and pay per click and content marketing, without social media marketing, and without pay per lead. They were able to grow their businesses organically, healthily, with warm leads that take way less time, have a much higher close rate. And you'll see also that they're all really happy, which is not super normal sometimes in this industry. It's a tough industry, right? So I want you to notice that. So check out those case studies. And on that case studies page, I have a link to a free training called DoorGrow Secrets that really is the beginning of our material, our training material that I give out for free. And I'm going to share with you in that some concepts like the cycle of suck, the 4Ds to revenue, cold leads versus warm leads, the myth of SEO, and some other cool stuff that's going to help you see why growth has been challenging and what makes the most sense to help you grow your business. So um, hopefully everybody checks that out. Doorgrow.com/opt-in is where you go to that. One word. And until next time, everybody, to our mutual growth. Bye, everyone.